Well, we've been reviewing bagel bites, pizza bites lately. I thought, well, let's just do them all at once. So here we are with our next frozen pizza review, this time with Aldi's brand Mama Cozzi's. And this is made out of somewhere in Illinois, I guess. So when manufacturers make for a seller, oftentimes you don't know who the manufacturer is. It just simply says who it's made for. And this says it's made for Aldi for the distribution and sales in Batavia, Illinois. That doesn't necessarily mean that's where the factory is. So I don't know where these are made. And I couldn't find a smaller box. There's 40 of these in here. And if they taste anything other like the bagel pizzas we've had, then I just wasted some money. Best if used by February 11th of 2027. Today's May 11th of 2026. So that's a long time you can have it safely in your freezer. And then the cooking instructions on this is really bizarre too, because you've got conventional oven, toaster oven, microwave oven, and they're all different because it says in the conventional oven, preheat to 450 degrees Fahrenheit and bake 9 bagels for 9 to 11 minutes or 20 bagels for 10 to 12 minutes. But in the toaster oven, it says preheat the toaster oven to 400 and bake 9 bagels for 14 minutes, 20 bagels not recommended. Nothing in here explains how to cook 40, so I guess it's not meant to be all cooked at once. We'll cook, I don't know, we'll cook like, well, what's it say, 9 of them? We'll cook 9 of them because it's saying that's the recommended amount for this temperature and time in the oven. Let's see what they look like. Oh, we've got 2 separate trays in here. Now, I guess I'm a little naive, but back in my day, the definition of a bagel, and I was brought up on freshly baked bagels in Detroit, they don't look anything like this at all. These are at least 1/4 the size of a normal bagel. So I guess in the world of pizza, they have a different definition for what a bagel is, because they're all alike in size and shape. For all I know, they're all made at the same factory. Different names, I don't know. This is a 3 cheese, so we're back once again to having very little bits of cheese on these. And I can see cheddar, I can see Mott's. What's the third? Oh, Monterey Jack, which is definitely not my favorite, but there's so little of it, I don't know how you could tell. I mean, look at this guy right here. Can you see how bare that is? I mean, I understand things shift in shipping, but honestly, there's no cheese floating around in the bottom of this tray. That's how it rolled off the factory floor. That's how much care and precision they're taking in the manufacture. I am sure these are going to be disgusting. At this point, I am jaded, and I probably will never have another. If I see any more of these for sale at the store, different brands, I probably won't buy them. Unless you know of one that I should try, I'm going to assume they're all basically the same. So let's go ahead and pop these in the oven, and I'll see you back here in about 10 minutes, and we'll give them a taste test. All right then, guys, after 3 additional minutes, right? It said 9 to 11 minutes on 9 of these. There's 9 of them. After 11 minutes, still pretty well undercooked. This is after 14 minutes at 450 degrees. They still look pretty undercooked to me. However, that's the least of my concern, because lately I'm learning that these bagel bites are for babies who don't have any taste developed yet. I don't know who else would want these, unless maybe you were young enough to acquire a taste for it, which, I feel bad for you. I'm basing this on the 2 previous reviews we've done on pizza bagel. This is not a bagel. I will say, taking these off of the foil, these were stuck to the aluminum foil just like the others, but they feel the crust is much more bagel-like. It's not soft and squishy. It's got a nice crusty outside. The sauce and the cheese seem pretty sparse, and I just want to get this over with, quite frankly. I'm just being honest. I don't think I'm going to like this. So that box of 40 was only $6.99 at Aldi. It is Aldi's brand. Getting 40 of these for $6.99, I guess, is a good deal. I would be delighted if I'm completely wrong. All right. I think that one's cool enough to try. What is that? Ketchup? Is that what they're using for tomato sauce? Texture, again, very, very dense for a bagel, but at least it's, I could guess they're trying to do a bagel, right? I get it. The previous one that we did, I don't know what that was supposed to be. It said on the box it was supposed to be a bagel, but I don't know. It had a similar shape, but definitely the texture was wrong. This one, they've got a much better texture on the bagel part of things, but boy, they just lose it on the toppings. I'd like to meet the chef who designed this for Aldi, because I'd like to punch them in the face. How could you have any personal integrity or pride and put your name on this as a chef? Because I'm not a chef and I wouldn't put my name on this. This is disgusting. I'm gonna just take a couple more bites to see if anything changes. Eating the whole thing in one shot, or at least the remainder of what I had, blends in better, so you're not getting so much overpowering of one ingredient over the other. I would say that if they could be bothered to put quality toppings on this otherwise excellent crust, they might have themselves a winner. However, they're just doing what all their competitors are doing, which is more of the same at around the same price, around the same cooking time, and around the same problems and flavor profile. So I don't see any benefit to buying one pizza bagel versus a different one. They're all sort of the same. And I think if you're 4 years old, you're probably going to love them. Other than that, I'm not quite so sure. But boy, I feel bad for anybody that develops an acquired taste for this, because it's not good for you. The crust is better on this one, so we'll give it higher than a 0. I'll give it a 2 out of 10. It's a slightly better. If you get the right bite and everything blends in together, it's not so terrible, but it's also not pizza, right? Because you're not getting enough tomato sauce and cheese versus how much bread. So the bread overpowers everything, and it lightens the strength of those flavors that are very concentrated in little bits. So one bite to another may overpower you with tomato sauce, and another bite may overpower you with more bread. So it's too inconsistent from bite to bite, other than you're just going to get a lot of bread regardless. The bread itself is well done. I just don't like what they put on it. Nothing about it is on top of the bagel is any good. The cheese is not good. The tomato sauce is just terrible. The cooking times are wrong. They're way wrong, and at least for the oven. And I don't think I'm the right audience for this product. All right, guys, I don't think I'm going to do any more bagel bites, but if you're aware of a pizza bagel that I should try that's different, please let me know in the comments below. All right, onward and upward with more frozen pizza reviews coming up next.